What's up, y'all? So this will this bug's on me already. This is what we got going on today. This is basically BT. So if you want to know how BT works, it's basically a bacteria that once the worms eat it, it destroys their guts and they can't digest anything, and it kills them by starving them to death. So I put it in this pressurized, you pump it up and you spray. And I, for the last few days, had been picking worms off of my brassicas for a little while. Like yesterday, I think I picked off maybe 60 worms. Now my head itching. Sorry, y'all. I ain't got but 2 hands here. Anyway, was definitely tired of picking worms off. I ain't got time for that. I can't stand out here an hour and pick worms off. And you want to make sure you get the underside of the leaves too. If you do not have a sprayer like this, you can use a spray bottle. It will work absolutely the same. Let me show y'all what I diluted this in. So this is a 3-gallon bucket. For 3 gallons, you put 1.5 ounces in there. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't measure. I kind of eyeballed it. I'm pretty sure I got it all right. The reason why I'm not using neem is because once it gets over a certain temp, that neem, when you spray it on your plants, it will cook your plants. It's just like putting chicken grease on them, and the sun come out here and bake on them. And then it just cooks your plants. So that's why I'm not using, see, can y'all see that? Can y'all see that worm right there? It's 3 or 4 of them on that leaf, actually. Little bitty babies. Ain't no big ones. I got all the pretty much big ones, I think, yesterday, but this BT, I'm gonna spray this, and hopefully this will finish knocking them out, because I ain't got time. And another thing, BT won't harm bees. Neem oil, I think the way neem oil works is it repels. Let me show y'all this right quick. Can y'all see that wasp? I'm trying not to. Don't always be so quick to be afraid of them wasps. The wasps out here have been getting some of the worms. I think I showed it on a video last year, a wasp flying off with a worm in its mouth. So the wasps do try to find, but they can't keep up. The pest pressure this year is going to be so bad because we ain't hardly had no winter. We haven't hardly had anything. So I think this BT gonna be my best bet as far as with these worms and stuff. I will take off a lot of these affected leaves. Gotta pump my bottle. But yeah, I think the BT is gonna have to be what it be for right now. I actually think it's a pretty good science, though, the way they figured out what bacteria would basically ruin the gut of a caterpillar. Whoever figured that one out, pretty smart. Pretty smart. So yeah, I like this bottle because I can just put it down and lock it. And since it's pressurized, it will spray for me. See, I'm sorry, y'all. I got too many brassicas to be. I got a spray bottle, but they really ain't touching the curly kale, but they starting to. Because I see some droppings and some holes and some leaves. See that worm dangling in the wind. So yeah. But yeah, the pest pressure is going to be a beast. If it gets to be too much, I'll just pull the brassicas all together. I'll leave this kale because it'll bounce back over time, but I'm not. Y'all can see the holes. If it gets to be too much, I'm not going to spend all of my life trying to battle these worms, because like I said, we ain't had no winter. Strawberries. Slug trap's working. It's slugs in some of the other ones. But like I said, we ain't really had enough winter to knock these worms back. But if you keep your plants sprayed with the BT and you kill enough of the life cycle of the particular bug, like for instance, these worms turn into either butterflies or moths, and then those same butterflies and moths come back and lay more eggs. So if you kill them at the worm stage, they never make it to the adult stage. And if they never make it to the adult stage, then they can't come back and lay eggs. You get what I'm saying? So the whole purpose is to try to, if you can, break that life cycle. Y'all can see all the holes. I've been picking off worms off these too. That's why I said I've got extremely too many brassicas for me to be trying to battle this every day. It's only so many hours in a day, and gardening is not my job. So, and you can see that wasp. Can you see him flying over there? That's how I kind of knew the worm problem must have been pretty good, because he was flying around looking for worms. Now, for some reason, the worms don't like these mustards. They never touch my mustards. Not really. I see one hole right there, but my mustards hardly ever get touched. I don't know why, but that's another way to battle it, is to get varieties that worms simply don't like. That's a good way to try to battle it. This, by the way, this BT won't do like neem now. It won't cook your plants. But keep in mind, when it rains, you're probably going to need to apply it again. It says apply it every 7 days, but I feel like if it come a good rainstorm, you're probably going to have to apply it again. I think I pulled up all my brassicas back here, so I'm probably coming back here for nothing. I mixed up 3 gallons of that stuffing. I don't even really need all of it. Yeah, I pulled all my brassicas back here. The worms got to these so bad, they had stunted their growth and everything. But you know what I can do? I think this BT works on hornworms too. So what I'll do is I'll spray my tomatoes too while I'm back here. And you just kind of want to spray them until y'all kind of see the water beating up on them. I don't know what variety tomatoes these is, y'all. I labeled them when I first started the seeds. I uppotted and labels went bye-bye. Y'all know how I do. All that labeling. I'll figure out what it is when the tomatoes grow. We'll get a little surprise. Let's see, we're gonna go back up here and spray these tomatoes. I got a few little tomatoes that need to go in the garden right here. A little something been biting on them, but my other tomatoes that's in the beds look like these. Look small, like they wasn't gonna do anything. But I go more based on the stem than anything else. If the stem looks pretty thick for its size, it'll probably be a good tomato. Let me pump this up. And you can get these bottles at, because I got one at Lowe's. I'm going to be honest with you. If you got a big box store near you, don't buy these at online. Buy them at Lowe's. This one was way too much money. I didn't know how much they cost. I I forgot to spray this. It was like $5 at Lowe's, I think. I think that's what it was. So, yeah. You can get you a good one at Lowe's. You find it over there kind of by the gardening section. I found mine. You know how the gardening section has the outside part? You go right inside the door. That's the door that's in the gardening section that leads inside the store. It was right inside there. That's where I found mine at. And that's how I know the worms are pretty bad, because they starting to get on stuff like this. Like these worms, see them hoes? They usually don't like the roughly kind of stuff. They usually prefer smoother leaf stuff. Like this is a smoother leaf, but it's still kind of roughly, and they was on that. They eating this smaller kale plant. They eating the snot out of it. That other smaller one over there, they eating it to bits too. So it is what it is though, y'all. They ain't touching them radishes, if I ain't mistaken. Them in the brassica family. They ain't touching them. But it's all good. Y'all, I mixed up 3 gallons of this stuff. What am I gonna do with these other stuff, y'all? This go a lot longer. Ooh, bee, you see it? Y'all see him? Let me see. He keep moving him. There you go. Get on them blossom. Y'all see the little pollen sacs on his leg? It's a beehive right here somewhere, y'all. I promise y'all. We had a huge tree that fell. And when that tree fell, I did not know that there was a beehive in there. I just knew that we always had a ton of bees. And I'm going to show y'all why I'm spraying this. Y'all see that? How it ain't hardly something. It's a lot of nubs. Now that black stuff is not droppings. That's fertilizer. But still, I got some leaves that I have been seeing some damage on. And I'm mainly spraying the leaves, y'all. I'm not really spraying the blossom. Like I said, it won't hurt the bees, but still. Look at him. Working. I wish I could find me a man like a bee. Boy, that worked. But anyway. Constantly working. Anyway. But yeah, y'all just look how big these plants are. And I'm going to do a video on an experiment I'm doing with these plants. Look at the tomato. And I think these are black crims, if I'm not mistaken. Because they are a massive plant. And I have not grown. Ooh, look. Another one. He flew off. They flew off. I don't think those aren't honeybees though. That's some other kind of bee. I don't know. I don't care what kind of bee it is. But yeah, I think this is a black crim too. But yeah, I got a video coming on the experiment that I'm doing on my tomato plants. But look how they out the top of the cage already. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, y'all, that's me spraying the BT. So if you want to know how to apply BT, it's just that simple. Excuse me while I scratch my face. But yeah, thanks for watching. And till next time, I'll see you guys later.